What's up, guys? So, seeing this video as well as the title, it's going to put you guys through a lot of things and a lot of stuff to think about. On top of that, my channel kind of has been MIA in the past week because of the stuff that's been going on. And even when I went to the second channel, uploaded a video, kind of went MIA as well. And, honestly, in this past week, I've been going through a lot of things. I've been pretty much trying to fix things and make things right. This is definitely the hardest video I ever had to make on YouTube. Because I am at a 100% fault for all the stuff that's been happening in the past month. I have been making a lot of terrible decisions, and it's basically what's going to lead up to all the events. So, in the past week, we've been through so much. And, you guys, even last weekend, there's been a lot of drama going on. There's been a lot of stuff being said, and nobody really knows what happened, how it happened. So, my Sweaty Swag did nothing wrong, and I messed up big. I was very wrong of putting that video up on YouTube. I honestly just, it's another issue of mine where I just, assume things without getting down and actually talking to somebody, and then it just basically leads up to more problems. So, because of my stupid, rational thinking and, assumptions, it was very childish of me, it was very stupid, it was very wrong. On top of that, Sweaty Swag has honestly been fighting for my channel as well in the past week. He's honestly been here, supporting me and, trying to talk to everybody just to pretty much make sure my channel wouldn't get deleted. So, I know Sweaty Swag, Gary, my boy, for, a really long time, since the Savage Gamers Discord. And, even when I felt like I really let him down this weekend, he was still there having my back and really hopes that everything works out. So, I just want to be grateful to that. And he was not a part of any of this. He was always on my side trying to help me out. He basically did nothing wrong whatsoever. He did not copyright strike my channel. He did not say anything to me, did not, basically everything is all right. It was my fault entirely for that. And I just want to apologize for putting him through all the stuff with the video. Honestly, it was not my intention. A lot of stuff was taken out of context. I was just really disappointed. I never said directly that he copyright struck my video. I didn't say anything bad. I just said I was disappointed on how the stuff turned out. And it really killed me this weekend. I felt really bad because I realized, he was innocent and he was there trying to help me and make sure, my channel stayed. So on top of that, it's like, I had to think about all this stuff throughout my birthday weekend, and that made it even worse. I couldn't celebrate my birthday knowing that I made a good friend of mine's, I pretty much felt like I ruined his life at that point. And that's when I tried to upload a video just saying that he did not copyright strike me because people took things out of context. And there's just a lot more stuff that go into it. But I have made a lot of terrible decisions in the past month, so I will be explaining the full story. On top of that, Rakudo was the one who copyright struck my channel, but he's also the person who is going to save it, because honestly, like, YouTube and Curse were just not showing me any support, basically telling me I'm on my own. And there was just a lot of stuff to consider. So Rakudo is honestly a great guy to the point where he's willing to give me a second chance, and like, I'm not going to put that chance to waste. I'm going to change everything about myself, become a better person for you guys, become a better person for everybody that I know. And I'm basically here to try and make things right, try to make things, the way they're supposed to be, because I honestly hate the person I become. Definitely YouTube has changed me. I can tell you that, the person I was a year ago is completely different. I've lived a hard life on top of that. And honestly, it definitely led to a lot of things. So some things you guys should know is, I lived a very hard life, and my own decisions have always put me into trouble. So often, when it comes to me doing some sort of decision or deciding something, or when it involves choices, I often ask as many people as I know and try to get their opinions and then base off my choice. But honestly, that's definitely the worst thing you should do. You should be strong, and you should trust yourself, no matter what the decision is, because then at least you made that choice, and whatever happens, you can at least deal with it yourself and learn from it. And that's honestly one of the problems that's just been happening for me. I've been dealing with so many things, and honestly, because of previous actions in my life, I can't trust my own choices anymore. So I was having a hard time with that, and it just honestly kept leading into problem and problem. And I honestly there was times where I did not know what to do. Apart from that, I honestly just have, it's really hard to get this video out. This is actually the second time I'm recording this, because the first time it was an 1.5-hour video, and I realized, I could have definitely explained everything in a better video. So I'm hoping that this time everything will be done good, and it fixes everything, explains everything. Another thing is I'm pretty much an alcoholic. I'm always under stress a lot, and it's really been hard. I'm under a very stressful life. I've been doing YouTube every day on top of all the stuff I have to do outside of YouTube. And, I'm starting up college again soon, so my schedule is going to be really bad. But, it's just, I go through so many things, so many mixed emotions, and it's really hard. It makes me unstable at times. And on top of that, being an alcoholic, I also have, anger problems on top of that. And it just, I feel terrible about it. But it's just, when it happens in a moment, I can't ever give myself the chance to, just think about it. It's just, always these weird assumptions come into mind. But I'm really trying to change myself as a person, because, for me, not willing to communicate, it just kept putting things into bigger problems. And when my intentions were always to put my channel before everything else, I always put my YouTube channel before everything else. But the problem was, when I kept trying to fix things for my YouTube channel and do these kind of things for my channel, it ended up putting the channel in more hurt than it actually helped it. It's honestly, and I'm responsible for that, because I wasn't able to trust my own decisions, and, seeking out answers, not seeking out the answers that I should have been seeking out. It just kept resulting in me making bad decisions back to back to back, and it's just, dragged on for too long. It's been a month of stuff that I've been dealing with. And, honestly, I don't expect anybody to forgive me. I just want everybody to know that I'm honestly trying to be a different person at this point. I want to be a better person and make sure I never have to go through these mistakes again. So all this stuff has been going down since basically December. And what you guys should know is that before December, we were all friends in Discord. Rakudo, Ryoji, Nishu, Popo, Sora. There was a lot of us, Sweet Swag. We were always just hang out in Discord. Usually I would always join the voice chats when it was 2, 3 in the morning, just to hang out. And, because of my terrible choices, it honestly messed up everything. We had good times just being on voice and, going from stream to stream once in a while. And then December was honestly the month where everything changed. I was under a great deal of stress, because on top of my family my family from Poland coming over for Christmas and New Year's, I also haven't seen some of my cousins for 11 years. And I haven't seen my other cousins and my aunt and uncle for at least, a few years on top of that. So it honestly put me in a predicament where, I had to try and finish everything before they came. And on top of that, I also had my, last few weeks of my fall semester for college. And I was under such a great deal of stress, because I had a lot of projects, a lot of finals, a lot of exams, a lot of tests to finish up on. And I honestly was not doing good in classes. I was really not doing good. So I had a lot of work to do on top of that. And I was doing YouTube, and I was doing everything. I was trying to do my everyday life while having all these things under consideration, and pretty much trying to finish up college. It was just such a terrible day, or a terrible month, basically. And then, it was just, so much stuff has went on since then. And it really hurts me, because it finally took, the strikes, the second time, to make me realize everything, how badly I messed up. And now I'm just trying to make everything right. So it all started, I believe it was on the Monday of the 16th of December, the Monday. I think that was my last day of classes, or I can't remember if it was the 23rd. I personally think it was right before Christmas, because I do remember the copyright strikes dragging on into it. So it was the Monday of the 16th where it all went wrong. Basically, I came home from college. That was my last day of classes. I told my cousin, I passed my classes, everything was good. He wanted to celebrate. We ended up basically drinking vodka and everything. And we're Polish alcoholics, so you guys can pretty much already guess from what happened. Then, after we were taking shot after shot, eventually I wanted to take a break, and it was sometime around 2 in the morning, whatever. Sorry about that, guys, but the heater decided to turn on. It's always weird how the heater manages to ruin my streams and, often the videos. So I can't wait for spring, but besides that, so on to the story. We were basically finishing up. We finished up the entire Belvedere bottle of vodka, which was over 1.5 liters, almost close to 2 liters of vodka, just by myself and my cousin. So you can tell we were pretty out of it. And on top of that, it was around 2 in the morning, somewhere around there. I pretty much just decided to go on my computer to take a break, because the vodka was hitting us hard. And I was just, trying to look into the Discord, look at some stuff, think what I have to do for the next day. My cousin was basically trying to get me off the computer and wanted to play FIFA or something. I can't remember exactly. I think we were supposed to go play FIFA. So he tried to get me off the computer, not realizing that my computer was a touchscreen. Ended up clicking on one of the voice channels, and I just never noticed. I did not notice at the time. So we were in the voice chat, and then that's basically when everybody else joined in. Rikudo, Ryoji, Nishu, I can't remember who else, but there were a few of us, and it's usually the people that we used to always voice chat with, and they assumed since I was in the voice, I wanted to talk, but I was unaware of, myself being in the voice chat, and they're basically listening into all the stuff that was going on, and me and my cousin were just being stupid, we were just super drunk. You're just never supposed to trust anybody when they're under influence. It's definitely a completely different person. So we were being drunk, and we were playing FIFA, and at the same time he was basically arguing. We were arguing about the British Premier League. We were talking about teams and clubs. So I said something about because I was picking Manchester City and then United. He kept basically talking trash. And since, even though he was born in Poland, he, pretty much lives in the UK, he lives in Southampton, and he pretty much goes there to work, stays there, and often goes back and forth to Poland. So, I was basically saying, you're going to disrespect Manchester City, Manchester United while you're in Southampton, blah, blah, blah. Throughout the entire night, we had our stupid argument. And we were both extremely drunk, so, it's honestly the stupidest thing you ever heard. We were talking about players after that. And, it's just typically that. The funniest thing is that when me and my cousin always hang out, he wants to always play FIFA. And I remember when he first came over here 2 years ago, he only beat me one day out of, one time in FIFA in the entire 2 weeks. We would always play every single day. So I'm not, the greatest FIFA player ever, but, if I'm beating my family members so they don't have family, I can say I'm pretty decent when it comes to that. But, going to the story. So it was around 4 or 5 in the morning. I pretty much, my cousin fell asleep. He just, was like, I'm tired, I'm going to go to bed. He knocked out, and, I was stuck bored. So it was then where I decided to go on Discord on my cell phone. But, I didn't even turn on speakerphone. So when I was talking to people in the voice chat, I was unaware of what they were saying. I was having more stupid conversations. Then I just literally fell asleep. And I think 20 minutes later, I woke up, decided to go to bed, and everything was good. But then, this is where everything goes wrong for me. It was now Tuesday in the afternoon. Ryoji PM'd me saying, if I'm having a hangover, if I'm all good. And I was just wondering, okay, maybe he was in the voice chat, whatever, when I joined. And to my knowledge, I thought I joined the voice at, 4 in the morning, but they were telling me I was already in the voice way earlier than that. And that's basically when it's just everything, just shocked me because Ryoji told me that Rikudo was basically recording me. He said that he recorded the voice chat. And that was where I just, kept assuming the worst things. And I honestly just could not think straight. And on top of that, I had a stressful day, and it's just, honestly, it's just my fault for assuming things too fast. But I was just panicking. I had no idea what to do. I had no idea what to say. I never been a part of, I just never been a part of something where somebody recorded me. And it was just it was an embarrassing moment because we were stupid drunk. That's just it. There was nothing really bad being said, but it just made us look so stupid. And I kept panicking and worrying, and I was just scared of what's going to happen. So when I got home, I just basically, I just thought I just couldn't trust them. And I was just really panicking throughout everything. So I decided to demote them all. And then when it happened, the next day, it just kept getting worse after that. Like, they weren't happy about being demoted. I was still like panicking, thinking like, what's gonna happen now? And that's basically where, like they were being unhappy about, getting demoted. And, everybody was just kind of bitter, trying to talk to them in the Discord. Everyone was kind of bitter and just, refused to talk to me, which I understood because, honestly, they didn't deserve it. And, I just kept assuming the worst. That was my problem right there. I assumed the worst, and demoting everybody was definitely the worst decision. But I had no idea what to expect. So, furthermore, on top of that, Ryoji and Rakudo were the ones who created my YouTube intro in the first place. And, they earned their role in the Discord because of making that intro for me. But because of, just me getting recorded during that night, I was so worried that it just, everything just didn't matter to me at that point. So Wednesday, basically, Rakudo gets into an argument with me. Then I kicked him from the Discord. He thought he got banned. He joined another account. And then, it's just problems started happening. So shortly throughout the week, that was basically the first time I received the copyright strikes. I don't remember which day it was. It was basically like, I think 2 days, 3 days after that. And what the worst thing about the copyright strikes was during this moment was, it was right before my most important Christmas of, my life, and on top of that, my most important New Year. And the worst thing was where YouTube and Curse, any sort of support line, they're basically not, they have off for the holidays. So there was no contact from YouTube, there was no contact from Curse for 3 weeks for me. The first time I got the first strike, I tried to email them and get this stuff sorted. It wasn't until 3 weeks after that happened where they finally responded to me. And, they basically responded like, oh, we couldn't have done anything, but it's a good thing you guys got stuff resolved. So, continuing to Christmas, I pretty much, I tried to do everything that I could the day I got the strikes. So what I remember was, I basically, I got the strikes on a Thursday. I think that's what I remember. I got the strikes on a Thursday because the same day I got striked, I had plans with my 2 cousins that I haven't seen in 11 years. And, I was supposed to go hang out with them, but I couldn't because I was too focused on losing my YouTube channel, and I put in so much work, and I just didn't want to lose it. So I said, I'm trying to fix things here and get my channel sorted out. I really can't go. And, it made me feel terrible then because I chose my channel over my cousins, and I haven't seen them in 11 years. But honestly, like, the YouTube channel means so much to me because it's like one of the few things I enjoy. So I just had to go. But then basically, I didn't go with them. My cousin also, the one who was drinking with me, didn't want to go because he just wanted to hang out with me. But he was unaware that I was getting copyright strike. And I obviously didn't tell him about the recording because then he would just been worried and just been flipping out. So I never told him that of the stuff that happened on Monday night. So that Thursday, I'm going through all my videos that had the intro and trimming it out. And then I was also privating them, trying to save them to my computer, trim out the intro, upload them back to YouTube. And I was basically making those preparations. Pretty much I finished throughout the entire day. And on top of that, I also had to I downloaded most of my YouTube videos. I downloaded like over 500 videos on my YouTube, which I had like around 550. So even after I went through all my videos and downloaded most of them, I still managed to miss 50 of them. And I was like downloading all of them individually, so I don't know how I missed them. But I guess I missed like a page or two. And, I downloaded 500 videos, thought I could fix everything, and then, it was basically the next day. I was already at 2 strikes, and I was like, man, if I get striked for all, because he copyright striked the intro. He copyright striked the intro and basically made it seem on his channel that it was an intro made for somebody else. And that's why I was getting hit originally for it. And it was just going so bad. I mean, the next day I basically tried to record a video telling you guys about my situation and trying to move everybody into my second channel. That's the first time I made the second channel, and I thought I could just, in case anything happens, I would start over on a new one. But honestly, it would just never be the same if I lost the main one. So did that video, and surprisingly, I think an hour after I recorded the video explaining the whole YouTube situation the first time, that's when I got the third strike on my channel. And if you guys don't know, the third strike on your channel basically means your channel will get deleted a week from the day you get the third strike, and you can't upload any videos, and your account basically gets put on like a soft lockdown. You're basically unable to do a lot of things except for video manage old videos and go through comments and stuff like that. So I was really unable to do anything. At that point, I was stuck with the strikes for, a good amount. It basically ruined my Christmas for me because I kept worrying about my channel and I couldn't worry about my family, even though I did have a good Christmas after all. But just being under that pressure just kept making things worse for me. And then I think it was like right before, I don't know if it was right before Christmas or maybe after Christmas, but I went to talk to Rick, and this is basically where we formed the first agreement. It's basically an agreement between us that if I do these things, he does these things, and basically it would have kept my channel in the clear. It was basically just an unwritten contract, but it was honestly the worst thing. Like, the contract was something I had to do because that was the only way I was able to get my channel back. But it was honestly the worst thing I ever agreed upon to. Mostly for the fact that all I could think about was the contract after my channel got off the copyright strike. So it still felt like I was being chained to something. And, it was honestly the worst feeling ever. But, we went through the agreement. I was following through with it. He sent in the email to retract everything. And so lucky that during the entire, basically the support break, there was one day, I think it was basically I don't know which day it was, but there was one day where YouTube actually was responding to the people, which they didn't respond to me, but they accepted his retractions and they immediately took everything back and fixed my channel. So if they didn't respond that one very day, my channel would have been closed a lot sooner anyway, because the next time I got a response was 2 weeks after that happened. And your channel gets closed after a week unless you're already pending some sort of counter claims and stuff like that. So that was the first time I went through the copyright strikes, and even after I got the copyright strikes off my mind, the contract was the next thing that kept basically killing me, because a part of the contract was they had to get high rolls in the Discord, which, honestly, they deserved good rolls in the Discord because of the intro they made. And, my choice, I just made the worst choice ever by, assuming too many things, not talking to Rick in the first place, and basically not talking to everybody in the first place and just demoting them right off the bat. That was honestly the biggest mistake I made. It's honestly really hard for you to admit that when you're wrong, but, honestly, I just want everything to be fixed. I can't make up for lost time, and, I can't go back in time and fix things, but I'm trying to fix everything now to get any sort of bad impressions from people off of them, and, just hopefully that over time everything can go back to how it used to be. So that was the first time we dealt with the copyright strikes. But then, throughout the first week of YouTube being back into January, then the second week, the worst part about, the first time the copyright strikes came was, it was right when I basically got 9K subscribers while my channel was on lockdown. So, I was like, man, I keep missing, I missed my milestone for 9K. I had my Christmas and New Year's, stressed out and ruined because of it. And then, right after the copyrights, I had to deal with the contract. And the problem with the contract was, it seemed like a fair contract, but it just felt like it had such a big hold on me. I could not get the contract off my mind. I couldn't even have a normal conversation to Rick or anybody without being okay, so because of the contract, I have to do this and that. And it was honestly just the worst thing ever. It basically felt like I was imprisoned. I was imprisoned in my own Discord, and I hated that feeling. Then a few weeks later, it was basically, I think 2 weeks before now, sometime in the week of the 14th, it's just a repeat, I make such stupid mistakes because I always just assume things too soon, and it really costs me every time. And, that's where I'm at fault. So when it came to like 2 weeks ago, I just, stumbled into the chat, and throughout the entire time after people, all my friends and I was talking to people on the Discord, everybody kept saying that, oh, I got blackmailed for the contract because it just seems like, it's unfair, blah, blah, blah. And it just basically kept influencing my actions further on. Like, I could not get it off my mind. I never said that I got blackmailed into the contract. I just said that, I was just feeling like I'm being blackmailed because I have to be so attached to this contract and make sure that it doesn't get broken so that my channel can stay in peace. That's why when I kept taking my channel over everything, I was really afraid I would lose it all. And that's why I was just basically trying, and it was just really stressful being under that. It was honestly the worst thing ever doing that contract. But it was the only way to fix my channel. So I was, willing to do it. At the time when I was messaging Rick about the contract and the agreement, whatever, I was basically, trying to do everything so that we could work out an agreement and fix the channel. Because I was honestly worried, I didn't want to lose everything, and I just really, it was just so crazy. But at the time, I honestly was thinking about way too many things that, it's really different from what I think about everything now. I really do realize that it's all because of my actions and, because of me that all these problems kept going on. So 2 weeks ago in the Discord, after everybody's been, putting in all these kind of weird ideas and thoughts into my head, and it's like honestly, I can't help it. I have to deal with so many things on a daily basis. And when people that I know for a good amount of time try to tell me something, it's obviously going to influence my actions. But, I just kept trying to think of a way to break from the contract. Curse finally responds telling me if I eliminated all traces of the intro on my YouTube channel, I'll be safe, which is completely wrong because YouTube basically keeps the original video on their storages for I don't know how long. So even when I erased all of the intros, I was still able to get copyright striked for the intro in the first place because it's on YouTube's records. So it really messed me up there, and Curse was honestly just not helping whatsoever. It took them 3 weeks to respond, and the response he told me was basically cut off all my connections with people that were a part of that whole, intro copyright problem, and then make sure to remove the intro from my videos and I'll be safe. Which, was a big freaking joke because during the same week, a lot of people were basically telling me, and in my Discord, all the higher roles were basically unhappy, with them being back in the Discord after all this stuff went down. Honestly, it wasn't cool, to get copyright strikes. It was honestly the worst feeling ever. But I understand because, at least now I understand. Back then I didn't. But, I can understand all the stuff that everybody has been through because of my actions. And it's honestly just the worst thing that has happened for a very long time. I honestly can't remember the last time I messed up this bad. And, it's just really pains me to talk about it and accept the fact that I was, 100% wrong, but I'm just really here trying to make things right. Hopefully everything gets fixed and, I can be a better person in the future and never have to endanger my channel at all whatsoever. So a few days after Chris responded to me and everybody was basically telling me like, yeah, the Discord's just, not the same. And the problem was already, since all this stuff happened because of the copyrights, the Discord was on a decline. And, the Discord used to be a very chill place where everybody could hang out. There was no problems. I even have subscribers message me saying, like, your Discord, your mods keep banning me, your admins keep banning me. And then people always tell me, like, yeah, the Discord sucks. Like, honestly, the Discord used to be good. And then I can even admit it, like, in the past month, it has become very toxic. A lot of people are kicking people, banning people for no reason. And, the biggest problem is that people, it's all about the roles. That's really the biggest problem with the Discord. People think the higher they are in the roles, the more importance they have. And it just gives them too much power, too much of an ego. And, today I have been pretty much trying to fix it. I made a complete change to my Discord. Went ahead to talk to everybody with a high role. If you're not willing, to accept my changes and stop power abusing, you don't have to force your views on other people. I want the Discord to be a nice place again. I don't want it to stay as this toxic place that I have right now. And I even completely reworked the server information. So, I really put a lot of work into this week for when it came to stuff. So after all these things have been going through my mind, and I decided to go on Discord, and that's when I basically saw Rick talking with Zaza, and they were having some sort of like, you know, stupid conversation, and, you know, it's just that's when I just kept seeing Rick say like he's immortal. And I remembered a few days earlier, everybody kept saying to me from the higher roles, like, oh, they think they're immortal in the Discord because of the contract and everything. And that's when I just fucked up again, you know. But honestly, like, the contract should have went. And, you know, this could have been a lot of things. I could have completely avoided the situation, you know. But it's because of the person who I was unable to see that and really just not understand what was happening. And I kept putting mistake after mistake until it dragged on for too long, and it brought in too many innocent people, and it just caused too much collateral damage. So, you know, I basically was telling Rick, like, yeah, like, you know, I'm not going to be bound by this contract. So I deleted the roles, and it pretty much broke the agreement. And then I just basically, you know, just said, like, you know, I felt free at that moment because I was able to stop worrying about the contract. And since Chris told me I was in the clear, I was like, maybe there's nothing bad that can happen now. And, you know, after a day, Rick just left my Discord and everybody else left. And that's basically when everything kind of started going bad, because everybody who left my Discord went to Whaler's Discord during that time period and was basically like trash talking me and all this stuff. And that's when, you know, Rick sent in the copyright strikes for my channel, which I honestly just, you know, since Chris said nothing could happen, I honestly didn't think anything could happen. Then it happened on Friday, where, you know, it was just so bad. But prior to the Friday, actually, it was Wednesday, where Swaggy Swag Waylord, he left my Discord, and I was just wondering why would he leave, and you know, he didn't say anything. So I was really disappointed because I know him for so long. You know, we were friends, we always talked to each other, we shared a lot on Discord for the year. So when he left my Discord without saying anything, honestly, it hit me hard, and I didn't know what to expect. Then 2 days after he left, I started to get the copyright strikes on my channel again, and, you know, that's when I just, you know, I messed up again. I assumed way too many things. You know, that was my problem. And, you know, at this point, I'm not asking for forgiveness from people. I'm just here to realize my mistakes, give you guys the entire story, and hopefully just, you know, become a person, never become the same person that I was throughout all this stuff that's been happening. So since I got those 2 strikes on Friday, I was already like, okay, I'm going to record a video, get it out Saturday, explain his copyright strike, and then I was just hoping to resolve this stuff myself. And, you know, sent emails to Chris, sent emails to Google. Next day comes, you know, I'm like, I still have 2 strikes. It was Saturday. So I was like, okay, the video I recorded was way too short. It didn't actually explain too many things. So I figured, you know, why not do a new video? And then that's when the video came out where, you know, I put "Here we go again," and it was basically me talking about the strikes, the whole kind of situation, and then it was also basically, and then all I did was mention I was disappointed that Swaggy Swag left my Discord without telling me, and, you know, I was just making all these assumptions like, you know, my channel's gonna get closed down and all this kind of stuff. So that was basically the second time I got hit with the copyright strikes. The same Saturday, there was an insane amount of stuff going on, you know, and I feel really bad. Like, people were bombarding Swaggy Swag's channel for no reason. You know, there was just like drama wars back and forth in my Discord and his Discord, his channel, my channel. It was going back and forth. It was crazy. You know, it honestly should have not went down with that. You know, I made the worst mistake getting that video out. I should have just, you know, expressed it calmly, differently, or I should have just, you know, I should have just, you know, kept doing. I wish I could have just went back, you know, to when it first went down and definitely changed how it happened, you know, and not go down the same road. But, you know, you can't go back in time. So all you have to do is just hope you can make amends and, you know, let time itself heal itself back. And over time, everything will be a lot better. So because of my, you know, stupid, childish decisions and, you know, terrible decisions, Boiler's channel was getting too much stuff. And at that point, I just honestly didn't know what to do. Like, I felt, you know, I was pretty much responsible for Boiler's channel getting all that shit on Saturday. And it hit me hard, you know, because I know him for so long. And, you know, and then it was just so bad. So I made a video saying Swaggy Swag did not copyright strike my channel, because people took things out of context. I never said he copyright striked my channel, but I never actually gave the name of who did copyright who did copyright strike my channel. So it honestly, I understand why people took it out of context, but when they went after Waylord, I just felt so bad. And then that's basically when I went to my birthday on Sunday. And I could not enjoy my birthday. You know, I really could not. I just kept thinking about my channel in mind. And honestly, I wasn't even concerned about my channel at that point. I was just concerned with the fact that, you know, because of my problems, I ended up ruining things for Swiggy Swag. And I just kept realizing, you know, we've been through so much, like he did not deserve that. I didn't know the full story at that moment either. It wasn't until Monday. Actually, on Sunday, I was supposed to do my birthday stream, but I just could not live with myself. At that moment, I was just like, you know, I don't deserve to stream because I'm a terrible person. And I felt bad because a lot of people actually waited up on the stream and hoped for it. But yeah, I just couldn't do the stream, guys, because of all the stuff that was going on and because of my bad mistakes and bad decisions on top of that. So it came to Monday, and, you know, on top of not doing the stream, Swiggy Swag was supposed to go by my stream and try to fix things with me at that moment, but, you know, I didn't stream, so we were never able to talk then. Then Monday, you know, came, Finney talked to me saying, like, yeah, you know, like, Waylord's innocent, because he talked with him on Monday saying, you know, he was going to stop by your stream and try to fix everything with me. And, you know, and then Swiggy Swag told me, or Finney told me, that he was basically fighting for my channel. He was making sure, or, you know, trying to talk into Rick for him to let go of the, you know, to basically retract all the copyrights so my channel doesn't have to go down. Because Swiggy Swag knew how much work I put into YouTube for the entire year. You know, he was there with me since the start. You know, he's been there since the start, and he knows how much time I put into YouTube. And, you know, no matter how messed up things got, honestly, nobody deserved to lose their channel over it. So he was there fighting for me and basically trying to keep my channel alive. And at that point, you know, I basically accepted that I was going to lose everything. You know, I figured, you know, I messed up big. You know, I made one mistake on YouTube, made a second mistake on YouTube, and it's going to cost me my channel. You know, I made way too many mistakes in that past month, and it really cost me my channel. And I was ready to accept it, you know. And then on Monday, or I think it was Tuesday, no, it was Tuesday, I made a video on my second channel, and that's when I decided, you know, what if I can't quit YouTube, because if I quit YouTube, I'll quit all my games, and I'll just move on with my life and do something else. You know, I'll just focus on other things. I would have just left the whole internet scene completely, and just kept contact with a few people. But then I was like, you know, I really don't want to lose it. So what if I go to a new channel and try to bring everybody from my old channel into it? And that's when I made a video trying to straighten things out with Swiggy Swag by making the apology video and explaining how some things went down. You know, but that video, it wasn't even the right answer either. You know, it wasn't until Tuesday, where later that night, you know, after finding out that Waylord was on my side trying to help me on my channel, it just hit me even more. You know, like, I put him through all the troubles on the weekend, and my subscribers just took things out of context, assumed way too much. And, you know, they basically assaulted his channel, assaulted his Discord and everything. He had to deal with all that hate throughout the entire weekend. And even the video that I got Tuesday honestly didn't fix that properly. So I was just honestly just like, you know, I messed up. That's when I finally realized, that's when everything started throughout this week. I started realizing all my mistakes. And, you know, I've said this many times before, you never appreciate something until it's truly gone. And I forgot my own quote that I live by. You know, I honestly realized that too many times in my life. And when it happened to my YouTube channel, I honestly did not even, you know, it didn't even occur to me how much the YouTube channel actually meant to me. And, you know, until, like, I felt like I lost Waylord as a friend, then I realized how much I've, like, lost. So it's like, when you really don't appreciate something until you lose it. And it was a terrible feeling. So Tuesday night, I basically gave up. Or I basically, you know, I was going to give up. As much as I didn't want to quit YouTube, because of you guys who do enjoy the videos, I was honestly just, you know, I felt like I'm just a monster. You know, I felt like I was a terrible person. And, you know, I could accept the fact that if my channel would have went down, I just honestly didn't know what to do at that point. It was late night. Rick PM'd me on a separate account in the Discord. And, you know, honestly, we just had a normal conversation. I just told him, like, yo, I really messed up. And then he's been telling me like, yo, like honestly, like Switty Swag's been on your side. He's been basically here trying to, make sure I don't take it down your channel and retract everything so you don't lose it all. And he was basically telling me how like even, which I didn't even know, what if your YouTube channel gets 6 strikes, so after 3 strikes on YouTube, your channel is scheduled for deletion a week after. If you reach 6 strikes, then your YouTube channel, your Google account gets banned. So since the second channel was on my Gmail for the same one as my main channel, it would have went with the first account. And at that point, I was just like, I didn't even know about this. Rick told me. And I was just like, it's unbelievable. I would have lost the second account with the first one anyway. And I felt so bad at that point because this happened twice already. I ruined a lot of people's lives in the time because of my terrible decisions. And on top of that, I've had to make you guys suffer because you guys watch my videos. In the past month, I ruined my own holidays, all my things that I look forward to. I ruined my own Christmas. I ruined my own birthday, ruined my own New Year. And, on January 26th, 2016 was when I made my channel. And 26th was on Thursday. I missed that as well because of all these copyright strikes. So, because of my poor decisions, it just kept making things worse and worse. I ruined the most important things that I cared about. And that's when Rick was giving me a second chance. He said no more contract, no more agreement. He offered me, make things right, so everybody can get off the clear. Fix Switty Swag because he honestly didn't deserve it. He was on my side trying to help me out. Fix things for all his friends, fix things for himself. And, honestly, this time I finally felt, he gave me the hope. He gave me the chance to make things right. And I was not going to mess it up. I've been putting in so much work since that happened. The same day, Tuesday, I was going around. I have never sent that many private messages or messaged that many people in one day ever in my life. I have messaged way too many people, sent way too many messages. I basically went to everybody trying to apologize, make things, right, tell them, whatever they wanted to know, apologize for things, and, honestly just fix everything between us. I did not expect forgiveness. I think most of them, everybody actually did forgive me for all the stuff that went down, and even said, honestly, it shouldn't have went down the way it's going down for both sides. It's just honestly a stupid thing the way it went down. But I've been trying so much to be different at this point. I never believed in that new year, new me type thing. But after being striked twice now, making you guys suffer, my friends suffer, and people who used to call me their friends suffer, honestly, I just really want to make things right. I want everybody to, over time get better with each other, no more problems. Because nobody deserved it, they really didn't. I just kept making bad decision after bad decision. So, Tuesday came. I went to Switty Swag first because, he's been my friend for a long time. And I really messed up, so I tried to clear up everything. I really felt bad. Then I was let back into his Discord. And, me and Switty Swag were cool again. Then I started going to talk to everybody. I went to talk to Nishu. Talk to Sora, Butter, Ryoji. I messaged so many people. I even went to Marquee, King J. I went to talk to so many people, and it kept killing me on the inside. Like it's honestly a hard thing for you to accept yourself when you messed up, especially in the state I was, and after all the stuff I did in the past month, I just could not stop feeling terrible. So I was typing to everybody, trying to explain to them, trying just to apologize, because I honestly didn't want anybody to have a bad impression of me. And at that point, I was like, it wasn't even more about, fixing everything for my channel, because I was ready to accept it for whatever happened. I was at that point where when Rick came to me, I had nothing else to lose. So when he told me, if you can just make things right, I'll go ahead and retract everything. You can have your channel back. Everybody can hopefully, be cool again. And over time, things will get better. So when he gave me that offer, it wasn't even about, I was really happy that I could get my channel back because I did put a year worth of work into it. And it wasn't right for you guys for me to mess it up. So I was already accepting, I have nothing else to lose. So that's when I was on a mission, I'm going to make things right. So I went from person to person, sent so many messages to everybody. I was basically trying to clear things up. And one day I think I messaged everybody, I can't apologize enough times for putting everybody through this. Like I said, the hardest thing to do is make up time. Like, you cannot make up time because it always passes you by. But you can just hope that over time things get better. And, maybe in a year from now we can all just laugh about this. So I managed to fix, for the most part, all the problems through private messages. And then, the other thing was to make a video explaining all of this so I could clear up, Sweaty Swag's name as well as everybody else involved. And basically give you guys the truth, because after putting you guys through my channel problems twice now because of myself, everyone deserves to know how it went down. And, it's definitely been a long road on YouTube. I was realizing so many things in this entire week. Like, I honestly realized I messed up big. And, it's no matter how bad the copyright strikes were, it was honestly the worst thing I ever had to go through in my life twice now, and just ruining all the things that were important to me. But the copyright strikes were, pretty much a wake-up call. That's when I really, was able to just think, because it really woke me up, especially the second time. Second time I got copyright striked, that's when I finally realized everything I did wrong. And, that's just what happens, it happens, even when you're about to die. You start thinking about everything that happened in your life and see if there was any sort of meaning. So since my channel is going to close, and I was basically thinking about all the stuff that happened the past month, because it's been going on since I had 9K subs all the way to 10K. It put way too many people in trouble, and they did not deserve that. And it really just ruined, a lot of people for no reason. So I was really determined to make things right, and honestly, it was hard for Rick and everybody else to trust me again. But I honestly just only had good intentions. I honestly just don't want any more problems between us. I never had anything against them either, no matter what happened. Even throughout the entire strikes and everything, I could never hate somebody. And, I pretty much realized that I was at fault. I could have done things differently. And because I refused to communicate with them, that's basically why, there was just no choice but to copyright strike my channel so I could actually listen. And, it's just terrible the way things had to go down. But honestly, there was nothing worse in my life that I had to deal with, except for all the copyright strikes twice. And I honestly hope that, everything will be resolved. Hopefully this video fixes everything. I can basically accept what everybody has to say now. I felt relieved once I started going from person to person and fixing any sort of problems, apologizing for all the stuff that happened, and, trying to fix everything and correct everything. I was really, I was feeling satisfied and gratified. It was a good feeling to know that people are willing to move on and that they forgive me for what happened. So when it came to Thursday as well, I wanted to fix basically everything about my life at this point. When I was given a second chance, I was like, I can't continue my YouTube channel even if I get it back as the same old Kaizer, as the same old person. A lot of people think I'm just like some arrogant rich guy, and that's just it. And honestly, it just never occurred to me. It really did not occur to me. It makes me realize how blind I was. And, I just honestly did not realize everything until I was going to lose my channel for the second time and accept the fact that I was going to lose it. So the second copyright strike hit me harder even than the first one. But that's because I just started realizing everything. So I wanted to change everything about myself. I wanted to fix up my Discord because my Discord was on the decline. It used to be the chillest Discord, the most active Discord. Everybody was having a good time. And then because of all the problems I have been causing, everybody else has just been put on edge because of me. Everybody has just gotten to the point where they have to kick and ban people for no reason. And And it's not right, nobody deserves that. So Thursday, I decided to redo my Discord. I went to talk to all my high rolls in the Discord. I told them, like, I'm going to change everything about this Discord. I don't want it to be this toxic environment anymore. I want it to be a good place where anyone can join in, have a nice conversation, find out about any sort of animes or stuff to watch, stuff to do, stuff to play, games, anything, you name it. I want it to be like another chill place for people just to, use it as a form of release and relaxation, I wanted people just to be cool again, like the way it used to be. And I told them, like, okay, you guys can't be power abusing. I'm going to redo the server. I'm going to redo the rules. Only under, like, severe stuff. Please, like, penalize them if you have to. But just, don't force your opinions on people. If people have, everyone is allowed to criticize. And the problem is people often don't like to hear criticized. I definitely do not like to hear criticism. And slowly, when I got into YouTube, I've been accepting criticism more and more. But I've been really blinded, and it's because of the last month that I've been realizing so many things that I've been doing wrong. Even though my channel is about me, Kaizer, it's not really about me. It's about you guys, because you guys are there to continue watching me on YouTube and are really there, to pretty much enjoy the videos. And it's just, the channel is there for you guys, for your entertainment, for you guys to learn something, for you guys to experience what I'm experiencing. And a lot of people have, enjoyed it. I've been getting a lot of support from you guys this past week, and, it really pained me because I cost the YouTube channel twice now. I ruined it twice, and a lot of people were telling me, like, don't quit, like, we really do love your videos every day and stuff like that. And it was really hurting me even more. But I just want to say, thank you guys for all the support. Like, at this point, I just really wanted to make everything right. I never want to put the channel through something like this again. And I just want to be, a better person for you guys and bring you guys better videos on top of that. So when it came to all this, I pretty much, the Discord isn't going to fix overnight. But I have put it on a good path now. I talked to everybody. Everybody was good with the changes. Nobody objected me. They wanted the Discord to become a nice place again. And I redid the entire server information to make it more friendly. I even redid all the rules. I put the rules into such depth that, even Discord wouldn't allow me to post it. They said you can only post 2,000 characters, so I had to kind of dumb it down. But I was putting in so much work, hoping that my Discord will be a lot better now. And I have been interacting with people more and more on my Discord, because that was a problem, It's not that I wasn't interacting with people because I was arrogant and too full of myself. It's just because it is really hard to keep talking to people nonstop, And, it just made me realize that, with the lack of communication I have been doing in the past month, it just has led to issues. So now, when I'm there, I try to be there for people, answer any questions, just have normal conversations, help people. So I really hope to see the Discord get a lot better. And for those of you who did get banned and, hate my Discord and always commented, thank you guys for pointing it out that it was definitely time for me to change it. And Ryoji was telling me that I basically, I need to put more faith in myself and, only make decisions by myself, And, he was right. He was always a good person, always giving me advice and help when I needed it. I really felt terrible for putting everybody through it. And I'm just here trying to fix it all now. So, now it's basically going to be always my decisions. I'm not going to act rashly, I'm going to, try to, be a completely different person, a better person that everyone can respect and count on. Because I definitely messed up and it just went on for far too long. So the Discord is set in motion, all the plans are set. The only thing I can do is kind of like, redo the chat rooms, set up the roles properly. And, just hope that everybody will accept the changes and, just see the Discord as a nice place again. So for everyone that has been, I'm pretty much unbanned everybody from the Discord because this is the rehaul. This is the massive intervention for my Discord. I'm on the road to completely change it, and it's being set in motion at this moment. So I have unbanned everybody because of all the stupid drama that's been happening in the past month. Too many people have been banned, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have been banned for no reason. So I went ahead and unbanned everybody, Obviously just please be respectful in my Discord, because if you are very offensive and just start insulting straight away, you will get banned. But, I do hope that this place becomes a lot better. On top of that, I'm also going to be fixing up the Facebook group. I definitely need to do it. I never put in any sort of thought into the Facebook group the first time. It's become a lot of spam, a lot of people ask for information but don't get it. On top of that, there's a lot of spam, a lot of people trying to, steal people's information by saying there's hacks and stuff like that, which there are no hacks. So I'm going to be straightening up the Facebook. I'm basically going to change everything. I'm really on a mission to change everything about myself and everything that's affiliated with myself. So the Discord is currently being worked on. It's pretty much all set for the most part. I try to fix everything with people through private messages. And like I said, I have sent so many private messages Wednesday, and I have talked to so many people, and it killed me on the inside, but I can say I finally felt relief, saying everything I had to say, and when people were there to accept it. It was honestly a great feeling. And since Tuesday up until Thursday, I have barely had any sleep, because I'm still thinking about my channel every day. And on top of that, I have been trying to put in the effort, And this is honestly what I should have done the first time, or just, could have just done everything so differently. But I didn't put in the effort before, and now it's a lot different. I've been putting in so much effort, trying to make things right, try to fix things, because I don't want to lose it all anymore. I really just did not like the Discord how it was for the past month, so I'm glad I was finally able to make my changes and keep it the way it should be. Then the Facebook group is going to be the next thing I change. And the next thing that's going to be changing is pretty much the YouTube channel as well as myself. So, it took me a long time on YouTube to realize that the YouTube channel is there for the viewers, for the subscribers. And I was pretty much too focused on myself to realize that. But now I want to basically do more things for you guys. So that's why I want to expand into other games. I'm even at the point where I'm investing into a computer, because I want to bring you guys, better gameplay, better videos. I'm getting a really high performance computer, so I can, start doing editing and videos to make things more enjoyable, as well as do more streaming. I want to get into Twitch as well, stream other games. I'll still be doing Naruto Online and other browser games and Bleach and all this kind of stuff, but I want to get into more other games, things that you guys will enjoy and love to see. So that's basically what I'm trying to do. Aside from that, the only way I can change myself as a person is by basically accepting all my problems, all my flaws, and trying to correct them. So, along all this stuff that's been going on the past week, I have been really criticizing myself and trying to be completely different. I've been trying to be a nice person to everybody, interact a lot more with people, answer a lot more questions, just talk to people. It's honestly, it's been really hard to make this video, because, it's honestly, this is easily the hardest video I ever had to make in my life. And it's not easy to accept that all of it is my fault, but everything was my fault. Because of constant bad decisions and refusing to communicate, everything just kept getting worse and worse, and it kept dragging in people, and it honestly just shouldn't have ended up like that. So, honestly, it's been a really bad experience. I'm willing to accept anything people have to say to me. I just never want people to hate me for no reason. I would rather give people a reason to hate me, and if they do hate me, then I would like to correct it. Give them something to make them not hate me. So the next thing was, I unbanned everybody on my Discord channel. I basically unblocked everybody that has been blocked on my YouTube channel as well. I just want to start fresh, Everybody deserves a second chance at life, no matter what they did. And, I'm honestly not going to waste my second chance. I don't ever want to be the same Kaizer that people know. I want to be a better person. So I'm really just, dedicating everything to you guys up until this point, because YouTube has been the only thing that I actually cared about, since I started it. It was easy to, look forward to the next day by thinking about YouTube and getting videos out, and then, finding out you guys enjoyed it. So that's honestly, YouTube has kept me going for a really long time. And, when it came to myself, I'm an alcoholic. I have anger problems. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a terrible person. I always just, explode and make terrible decisions. On top of all that, I've also had depression. I'm still depressed. I've had depression my whole life. And it gets a lot deeper, a lot of personal stuff involved. I've been depressed my whole life. I never really had true happiness. And, no matter what happens, even like when it's money involved, that's the thing I did learn in my life, is a few things. So like I said, when you lose everything, that's when you don't appreciate something until you lose it. And that is true. That's made me realize so many things. Rikudo, honestly, just thank you for giving me a second chance. And I'm just really sorry for dragging on all these problems and making your life worse as well as everybody else's around us, Because honestly, we always did have good conversations on voice chat, and I had a lot of fun in the Discord that it used to be. And I can't make up for lost time. All I can do is just hope that things get better for all of us. And as time goes on, we just, go back to the way things used to be. So, it's just, it really hurts at this point to realize all these things. But as I was saying, you honestly don't appreciate something until you lose it. And happiness, the main source of depression is this. I don't know, I'm depressed for my reasons, but I can never find true happiness, And that's what people really get wrong. When you're spending money, you're not really getting happiness, all right? You're getting temporary happiness, which I've learned for a very long time. It's because of depression, I often spend a lot of money just to keep myself entertained, keep myself happy. And that's what people, assume I'm like an arrogant rich guy because I just keep spending, and, it's just I focus on myself too much. But honestly, to me, I never thought of it that way. I kept spending because, people found enjoyment from it. And on top of that, I would actually get a temporary happiness until I spent again, basically, to renew it. So that's why happiness has two different ways. You can definitely get a lot of happiness without having to spend money. It's not spending money doesn't always bring you happiness. It doesn't even bring you the right kind of happiness. And my life has pretty much been filled with temporary happiness. And it's just the way it is, That's honestly just the way it is. So for me, spending the money, it just brings me temporary happiness. But at this point, it makes me realize that it's doing YouTube that brings me the real happiness. Whatever happens on the videos, whatever happens to my accounts, it's never a big deal. It's honestly just been there. But the YouTube channel is something that truly makes me happy. And, it's something I always look forward to every day. I can never stop thinking about YouTube. Being here for over a year now, it is something that has been with me throughout the entire year. And I hope that it continues in the future as well. So apart from that, I'm basically trying to change myself to be a better person, not only for myself, but for everybody around me, and as well as my subscribers. Because I can definitely admit to everything I was doing wrong. And, I was stupid, I was childish. I brought way too many people into this. And now I just hope that it's all going to be finally over. So I'm honestly looking forward to continue doing YouTube to everybody. For those of you, who finished watching the video, thank you for, hearing me out. And, this is basically my salvation. I had to basically tell everybody the truth and exactly how it went down. Tell everybody my flaws and hope that everything just gets better. And, I'm really going to dedicate myself even more to YouTube now, because throughout the past month, it really ruined it for a lot of you guys. And for those of you who look forward to the videos every day, you really don't deserve it. So, I'm going to be here And I hope to be good. I hope to be back for good. I hope that this never has to happen again. And I can promise you that I will be a better person. My Discord will be a better place. My channel will be an even better place. And, whatever it is, I'll always consider all my options, always look towards communication. I'll always make sure I do my own decisions. And always make sure that when I do a decision, it becomes the right one. Because I don't need to do any more bad decisions and, assume things when they're really not going on. So communication is the key. It really is. I just want to say thank you guys. I can honestly take everything you guys have to say at this point. I'm not mad at anybody. I don't have anything against you. Especially, even Sion said it. Like if you don't know somebody, you can't truly hate them. And I honestly felt really good when I was able to clear up my problems with Sion. Because for those of you who don't know, we had a war from Bleach Online, and it lasted for half a year. It went from Bleach Online to Naruto Online, and it was just an unavoidable thing. And I was really happy when this happened around Christmas too. Someone in my Discord was saying that Sion was talking about my channel stuff, and at the same time he was having issues with Aristius. So someone linked me Sion's stream. I was just checking it out, seeing what he had to say, and it really hit me because this is the first time I heard him say something that was really nice for me to listen to, where he said, you can't really hate somebody. And then he said, I don't hate Kaizer, I don't know the guy, I don't have anything against him. And when I heard that from Sion in his stream during Christmas, it made me realize, and I just, said it in the chat, I was like, I don't hate you either, Sion. And, we just had our talk throughout that. We finally realized all the stuff we've been through. And that was, honestly a sign of relief. When I realized I can make things better, we can both make things better. And it was from then on, I wished him a Merry Christmas, he wished me a Merry Christmas. I came back on his New Year's stream, did the same thing, wished him and his girl a Happy New Year's. He wished it back to me, and it was honestly a good feeling to know that we could finally put our problems aside and just be cool again. And after all this stuff I've been through for the past month, and trying to make things right in the past few days, I can finally say that I feel relieved because I'm finally seeing myself change to becoming a better person. And I really just don't want to see my old self ever again. I never believed in a new year, new me thing, but at this point, the old me has brought in way too many problems, and it should have. And I just really, really needed it to go away. So it's just, it's really hard to do this video, guys. I'm really sorry. But I feel relieved, after clearing things up with everybody. And hopefully this video clears everything up for you guys, as well as everybody else. Because I'm just at the point where I just never want this to come back again. I never want my channel to be in danger. Not for myself, but for you guys. Because you guys look forward to my videos. And I never want to take away my channel from my actions again. Because it really takes away from you guys in the end. So when I was trying to help my channel and basically, bring better stuff for you guys, it ended up doing the opposite, And the copyright strikes what finally woke me up, especially the second ones. I managed to realize everything and think to myself, I need to change everything about myself because it is just not going to work out. So I pretty much said everything I had to say. Once again, I'm really sorry to Sweaty Swag, Rick, Ryoji, Nishu, Sora, Marky, King J. I'm even sorry to my own friends. I'm sorry Binex, sorry King, I'm sorry Pancakes. I'm sorry Finny, I'm sorry T. Because, while all this stuff was going on, I basically lost myself as a person. I wasn't the same person while all this stuff was going on. I'm really sorry to you, Zaza, as well, because when things were going bad for me, they were always reflecting upon you. And that's what hurt me the most, when I realized people were already not liking me and just kept going on to you for no reason. So honestly, everything was hitting me really hard. And you know, I'm really trying to restore everything between all of us. I'm really trying to be a better person. And you know, I'm just really looking forward to the future, because only time itself can heal these things. It's not going to happen overnight, but I'm really trying to fix most of it. Like, however I can fix it, I am trying to fix it. You know, I definitely put in all my effort. It's been a long time since I put in so much effort into something. And you know, I just want to say thanks again to Rick for, you know, trusting me and bringing back my channel, allowing me to fix all this and make things right, because honestly, it was just the worst month. You know, I lost my trust in my friends, and you know, it was just not needed. You know, everything could have been avoided, and I swear I'll never let this happen again. From here on out, you know, I'll definitely be a better person. I'll never go back to the same person I am. I want to bring you guys, you know, more entertainment, more information, anything to help you guys, because you know, in the end, it's not about me. You know, I want everyone to have a good experience with the games that I play. And I want everybody to have a good impression of me. You know, I don't want to be known as a terrible person that I was. And, you know, honestly, it really does, you know, it really does make me realize that why, like, Code Geass was my favorite anime of all time, because I could honestly relate to Lelouch, you know. All the stuff that he had to go through. And in the end, you know, it pretty much all ended up being the same way. All the hatred in the world was focused on me. So all I had to do was erase my old existence, you know, to break the chain of hatred. And now pretty much it's going to be a new me. You know, I'm going to, you know, still be I won't be the same Kaizer that you guys knew. I will be a new Kaizer, the one who took over the old one. And now, this way, we can all hopefully, you know, get along, put an end to any problems, and then prevent all the future problems from happening. And, you know, it's just, I really do want everything to become better at this point. So I just want to say thank you guys for listening. I know it's a long video, but I try to be truthful. I try to explain everything, make things right for everybody. You know, I don't expect forgiveness, you know. I want you know, everybody else to be forgiven. So you just make sure, you know, go to Swiggy Swag's channel and apologize, and you know, don't hate anybody. You know, like there's no reason to hate Rikudo. You know, copyright striking my channel was basically the only way to wake myself up from my own nightmare. And you know, thanks to him, he's honestly the savior of the channel. Even though the copyright strikes were messed up things to go through. You know, he honestly was the one who saved the channel in the end, because it made me realize how terrible of a person I was, and it gave me the extra push to try and be a better person for you guys and for everybody else, and to finally make things right. And I can honestly, you know, feel better about myself, and knowing the changes I have been doing recently, all the things I've planned for the future as well, just really trying to become a better person. So, you know, thank you guys, and you know, hopefully I can see you guys in videos real soon, because I have a lot of content to catch up on. You know, it's been a while since I had a video, and I really do hope that there won't be any more problems with the YouTube channel, and I can finally let, you know, just everything can go back to being normal. But thank you guys again. You know, once again, I'm sorry to everybody. You know, you guys can hate me, but at this point, I finally feel like, you know, I just really feel relieved saying everything I had to say. And I just really hope that it clears up the problems for everybody. And once again, just thank you guys for being there, because, you know, I honestly could not expect, you know, 10,000 people to be subbed to me after a year. And, you know, I actually look forward to my videos the way you guys do. So I hope it keeps going up. And I really do hope that everything just gets better for the channel as well as for you guys. But I will see you guys hopefully in the next upload real soon.